Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. We are a few minutes away from episode 3 of Ahsoka, and I gotta say, after those 2 episodes that dropped last week to premiere the show, I cannot wait. I really enjoyed this first 2 episodes. Like, they were moving quite along, quite fast, but not to the point where I was like, okay, you gotta slow down. Like, they were getting to the point of the story, we're getting to Thrawn, we actually basically know where he kind of is, in a sense, in terms of like a faraway galaxy or whatever, due to this device that, of course, Ahsoka grabbed, then was taken because Sabine decided, I'm going to take this even though I was told not to. And Sabine got into a fight, got stabbed, and once again, Qui-Gon fans out there, and I understand the point because Qui-Gon is the only one who got stabbed in the stomach, of course, in The Phantom Menace, and has died. Everybody else who's been stabbed in the stomach has been fine. And I mean, literally, Sabine has had no real effect besides, oh, that was a really close call. I got to cut my hair now, go back to the Rebels look, and join Ahsoka because we need to go find Ezra. We need to stop Thrawn, all that kind of stuff. So I think she got a wake-up call in that instance because she failed in terms of keeping the device, or at least in terms of when she actually unlocked it, she didn't write all that down. So I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes for the most part, and I'm excited to see where we're going to go from here. It's really unfortunate after seeing the new character, the new Sith kind of character, of course, Ray Stevenson, who has done a great job in his Apprentice as well. I really enjoyed these characters, and it's unfortunate we won't see him continue past the show. Unfortunately, he passed, of course, earlier this year. He passed away. But maybe we'll see the future of his Apprentice, or maybe there'll be a point to where we actually won't see them continue because something happens to them in the series. Who knows? But anyways, guys, can't wait to dive into this episode. Episode 3. Let's go. Training. Okay.
Not bad, but not good.
It's been a while.
Your skill with a weapon comes from your Mandalorian upbringing.
Yes,
Skills
it's clear.
alone will not be enough to defeat our enemy.
Nope.
Yeah,
Learning to wield the Force takes a deeper commitment.
I'm the worst candidate to be a Jedi out of every Jedi he's ever known.
You told her that?
It's
Oh,
true.
he's honest.
I can't see. How am I supposed to fight?
That's the point. You can't see. You're not supposed to see.
Be still. Listen to my voice. Do you know where I am?
Next to Hu Yang.
Are you sure?
I mean, oh,
Very funny.
I'm liking this.
Take in all that is around you. Sense my intention.
Kind of like how Luke kind of trained. Oh. She's like, what? Ooh. Okay, it's getting faster now. Yep. Yep. She sensed it or something.
Anger and frustration are quick to give power,
Yeah, good point.
but they also unbalance you.
The music again. Really digging it.
The Chancellor?
She's waiting. There are several senators with her.
Chancellor Mothma. Senators.
Yes.
You
Yes.
look well. How's young Jason?
Fine, Chancellor. In fact, he's on board. My investigation into the attack on the Vesper led me to the Santhe shipyards on Corellia, where I was attacked by Imperial loyalists, still working for Morgan Elsbeth. Long live the Empire doesn't sound like the kind of loyalty we're looking for.
Point.
It was my understanding that the offenders were arrested.
Involving Thrawn.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yes. Yes.
If I could get approval to send a task force to the Denab system, I could find out.
General,
Do it. Just do it.
isn't this just another attempt to gain
No.
New Republic resources?
Were you ever in the war, Senator?
Nope. I don't think so. Just gonna assume no.
No.
Just sat back and waited to see who came out on top?
Oh, I like that. That's good, Hera. Good job.
They want no part of any further conflict.
You act like we have a choice.
I see no enemy. The Imperial fleet is scattered
They
and
don't
broken.
know.
They have
They don't
no
understand.
centralized-
He killed friends, people who were like family to me. I've spent most of my life fighting a war, and that's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one.
That went well.
Hey,
That went crap.
Mom,
Oh my gosh!
General Sabine is gonna
He's
be
in
a
the
Jedi?
show!
Now, where did you hear that?
I want to be a Jedi.
I figured he was in the show, but I was like,
Yeah, I know.
is he though? Are they just gonna reference but not show him?
I was hoping that the urgency of our situation could expedite my training a bit.
No, you can't rush this.
I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. Force resides in all living things, even you.
I don't know. I don't think she'll get the Force, though. I don't think so.
Not everyone can handle the type of discipline it takes to master the ways of the Force.
I'm going to give this my best.
Yes, you should. This is important. You need to be training.
The Jedi Order would not have accepted her. She is not an acceptable candidate.
By
Okay.
their standards.
Standards which were proven. I suppose you do come from a long line of non-traditional Jedi.
If she makes that cut move, I'm going to lose it. You gotta be more focused in that than, like, peeking. They're not coming.
Unfortunately, I won't be joining you for this one.
Damn.
And neither will the fleet.
What?
I'm sorry, Sabine. But it's not up to me. I have to follow the order.
Hera?
Uh-oh.
Yang, what's happened?
However, there also seems to be a second object. Something much larger.
Star Destroyer?
Negative.
No.
Whatever it is has a signature which is unknown to me.
So who are those ships? Who are those? Come on, you got this.
Yang, anything yet?
On the object, no.
Dive!
Come on. Still missing.
Now!
Ooh. Come on. Yeah.
Good work.
Hey. Oh, damn. She's lucky. Yep.
If I had to guess, I would say
Yes.
it is some sort of hyperspace.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to confirm that. Stay clear. I shall deal with them.
How are you gonna deal
Prepare
with
turbo
them?
lasers.
Turbo lasers. They better be careful.
Open fire.
I am starting to receive data.
That's good, but we gotta be careful here.
See if you can get a little close.
Oh my god.
Closer, please.
They better be careful. They're gonna crash.
Steady, steady.
Yang!
Just a moment.
There's no moment.
Scan complete.
Good. Ooh. Oh, damn. I mean, oh,
Yang's down.
Congratulations.
You almost got them.
almost.
I have eyes on them.
Out where? Just keep working. I'll distract them.
How are you gonna distract them? I'm confused. What is she doing? Okay, I don't know what the hell she's doing. This is confusing as hell. Do a little dodging. Oh, careful. This is definitely an interesting way to distract. Ooh.
Did you fix the ship yet?
Need to help her. That was crazy. That was close.
Go, go, go!
Oh my god. That is cool. They're still trying. They better be more focused on getting out of this alive. That's close. He's back. Complete.
Took my battery.
So this is fun. They're just chilling.
Any sign of them? They must be hiding in the forest.
The good news is the enemy vessel is
There's
still
good
under
news.
construction and not yet complete.
Yang, could a ring like that make a jump to a neighboring galaxy?
Theoretically, if one knew the coordinates and navigation, yes, I believe it could.
I was wondering where he was.
have taken refuge in the forest.
I'm ready for his fight against Ahsoka. Is that next week, maybe? Overall, pretty good episode. It was on the shorter side for sure, and I really felt that. But besides that, I really enjoyed what was actually within the episode itself, because I was kind of worried, and I'll be honest, I was worried that them heading off at the end of episode 2, and then, you know, not Hera, sorry, Sabine and Ahsoka together, I'm like, are they actually going to travel to the planet where Morgan is and everything, and these, you know, Sith type characters, like, they're basically Sith in a sense, like, are we actually going to get that in episode 3, or are we going to detour in a sense? And we actually did not. We actually kept continuing the plot. We actually kept moving forward instead of detouring somewhere, because they could have easily done this where, oh, we're going to make a pit stop at this planet, and then something happens. Like, no, we actually continued the storyline. We actually went to the planet where the hyperlink, whatever the device is being made, and they figured all this stuff out. And some crazy things happened in the episode. But the main takeaway is that Sabine is training, and they're kind of hinting that maybe Sabine could wield the Force. Maybe. They were definitely hinting at that in this episode, because not only did she train, which I really enjoyed the training sequence where it was kind of like how Luke trained, where she has her face covered, she can't see anything, Ahsoka's circling around her, and then saying you need to focus and listen, and where am I, and then just tapping her on the shoulder, and then she just spins around and all this kind of stuff. It was really, really good in terms of how that progressed, because they could have easily made this scene, this kind of sequence of training, to where she succeeds in the end. She does not, right? She fails, because she allows her anger and frustration to get the best of her, and that's how she slips and falls at the end of the sequence. And Ahsoka mentions how, you know, that can be a deterrent of your focus and also cause you to fail. And how the Force doesn't work that way in terms of, you know, Sabine asking questions and saying, you know, it does take talent, but also it really takes your training and your understanding of it to really be successful in regards to being a quote-unquote Jedi, or using the Force in a sense of how Ahsoka has used it. And she's kind of, I wouldn't say like exactly training Sabine in a sense of how Anakin trained her, but it definitely is, I think, her own personal approach to it, because she doesn't see herself as a Jedi. She hasn't for a very long time, or she never really became a Jedi, but you get my point. She has made it very clear that that's not what she is, and I think she wants, and she doesn't want Sabine to become a Jedi. She made that point very clear, that I don't want her to become a Jedi. I want her to be herself, but she needs to be trained and ready, because we're going up against Thrawn. This is a war that we need to prevent, because if Thrawn comes back, it's going to start up again, right? The fighting is going to start up again. The Empire is going to rise again behind Thrawn if he returns from where he is. Because if Morgan is successful, that's what's going to happen. Obviously, we know in a way it's not going to be fully successful. It may to a certain extent, because we're not sure what's going to be happening in terms of the rest of the season, in terms of the Dave Filoni film that supposedly is going to be capping or finishing what's being established with these couple of shows and everything leading up to Thrawn and all that kind of stuff, the literally Heir to the Empire, which, by the way, I was kind of hoping we'd see Thrawn in the episode, but it's okay. I was kind of hoping for a teaser, but it is what it is. The main focus was Sabine training and her trying to force pull that cup. Of course, she got interrupted. Hera also talking to Mon Mothma and other senators, politicians, whatever. I really enjoyed that scene, and I'll tell you why. Politics in Star Wars, for the most part, can be interesting. There are times where it's boring or tedious. In this instance, it wasn't so much about the political aspects of what's happening post-Empire, leading up, of course, to the First Order and the sequel stuff. It's more so about, you know, they're trying to find their own footing, and them being told that Grand Admiral Thrawn is alive. They don't believe it. That one guy that Hera questioned, and I loved how Hera approached this, because she's like, I fought in wars all my life. I'm making sure that I'm going to prevent another one. That's what I'm trying to do. Can we get the resources, people, to go on this mission with Ahsoka and Sabine to potentially stop a war from ever starting? Like, we got intel and everything. And that one guy was questioning it in terms of Ezra Bridger's like, you really want to go save Ezra Bridger? He heroically died at the time when Thrawn died too. And then she, during this whole entire back and forth, she goes, have you ever fought in a war? No. Did you just sit back and wait to see who landed on top? And I like that approach, because essentially she's calling into question, what is your loyalty? Because this whole thing started because we found out there was people within this operation that got shut down in episode 2 that's actually still being ran by people that was supporting the Empire, and Morgan, of course, trying to find Thrawn. and people got arrested. They shut down the whole operation of them creating new weapons and ships and everything for for peace, essentially, right? For the right things. And actually, they were actually still in cahoots with the Empire and still promoting that ideology of long live the Empire. And so she's questioning this guy's, position, because if you weren't in a war, you've never fought, were you just sitting back and waiting to see who was going to land on top, and you were just going to go with that? Like, if the Empire ended up winning the war and Vader and the Emperor never died, well, the Emperor, then would you just be on their side? Would you just be a politician under the Empire? And she's implying yes, you would, because you really don't have a loyalty. So that was a good little sequence. And we see her son, which they referenced in that scene. I didn't think we were going to see him, because I don't remember ever hearing about they cast an actor for her son. I thought they were just going to be implying, oh, he's on the ship somewhere with Chopper. Okay, cool. We're not going to see him. It's unfortunate. But then he's right there. Then he pops up like, oh my God, he's in one little small scene. But still, it's cool that he's there, and he actually just, I want to be a Jedi like his father. She's like, yeah, and you can tell on her face the pain, which they haven't addressed. They haven't mentioned Kanan yet officially, but she did mention that she's lost people, right? She's lost a lot of people due to Thrawn. So I'm thinking we'll get a Hera scene referring to Kanan. Maybe we'll actually get a Kanan cameo with Freddie Prinze Jr. Maybe that's who voiced him, right? Yeah, I think we're right. Yeah, so maybe we'll get that cameo. Maybe we'll actually get that as some sort of hologram sequence or something. Hera watches and it's Kanan. That'd be cool. So we have the whole fight sequence. Of course, they're getting up to the planet, and you have I forget her name, the Apprentice, and then you have Marek or Mark, or how you pronounce that guy's name, the masked character, which people have, for some reason, I didn't even know about this or think about this really until after I started seeing on Twitter and stuff, X, whatever. People were saying, "Oh, this is a secret character. There's somebody like this is Ezra, brainwashed or whatever, or this is Cal Kestis, right from the Star Wars games." God, maybe it's just the guy who's just masked. We did hear him speak though, a little bit, but maybe that's what it just is. Maybe there is no theory. Space whales. They call them star whales, but I think they're, but anyways. But we saw space whales in the episode, and they kind of teased that a little bit in the end of last episode too, which you barely see something in the clouds, but there was a lot of them, and it was really cool to see that. And the fact that Sabine's like, I haven't seen them since Ezra. Last time was Ezra's disappearance. So I don't know. So, I wish it was longer, the episode, but it's fine because it just means less time for me. I have to film and everything, and I get to editing faster, so that's really good. Because last week was a pain doing 2 episodes back to back. That was hard. I enjoyed the episodes, but man, it took a toll. I was tired. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I'm curious to know what I thought about this episode. What do you guys think of the length of the episode overall? But really, what do you think about the actual stuff within the episode itself in terms of what we actually got? Because I feel like we did some pretty good progressing in terms of the story. But let me know in the comments below, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Can't wait for next week. Peace out, everybody.